C'est le gang, ceci est un test. On va commencer autour de 18h15. Soundcheck, yes. Alright, salut tout le monde. Avant qu'on commence, so before we start, I just have a quick announcement for the Ho 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 Day CTF, our MontréHack of December. For those who don't know, it's a special MontréHack where um, basically the idea is you create a CTF challenge, a small CTF challenge. You send it to us, and then we do a CTF with all of the participants' challenges. So it's like a échange de challenge.
Give and take.
Yeah, something like that. Um, and there's food and there's drinks. It's all festive and stuff. This year it's gonna be on Tuesday, the December 16th, at Sibarico. And there's a small price to pay. It's about $10 for to participate, and places are limited. And every year we run out of tickets, so the tickets are on sale now. It's been for about 15 minutes. It's on the Eventbrite, but the website is not ready yet. In the next hour, we're gonna publish the website with all of the details. So if you want to come, you're encouraged to think about a small CTF challenge and send it to us. The instructions are going to be included on our website.
And just a side note, you don't need to submit a challenge. It's nice if you want to, but it's just optional.
Yes. Um, so yeah, without further ado, Usam, let's go.
So, hello everyone. Today, as you can see in the screen, we are doing APT514, track from HackFest CTF 2025. So, just a quick intro about me. I am a cybersecurity and cloud student at O'Sullivan College. I am mainly interested in DFR, digital forensic incident response. Also, I am a CTF player, author in multiple CTFs. Yeah, this one was an old one from another slide. I was ranked the number one in Canada on Cyber Defenders. Cyber Defenders is a platform like try hack me or hack the box, but over there are only labs, blue team labs, as I can say, 310, endpoint forensics, malware analysis, threat intelligence, and so on. Currently, I am second, I think. So I am also a member of cybersecurity clubs and associations, such as HackFest. So what we're gonna do today, we'll explore the challenge APT514 from HackFest CTF 2025. We're in the blue hat, as you may know, the defense side of cybersecurity called or labeled by blue. So for those who don't know about HackFest, it's I think everybody knows HackFest. So it's one of the largest cybersecurity events in Canada, featuring talks, workshops, villages, and community activities. And there is a 24-hour CTF running over there, offering different challenges in different categories. Anyone participated in HackFest this year? Maybe okay, 4 or 5 people. It's okay. So this is the description of the challenge. It's not a very big deal, generated by ChatGPT, but I give him a good context. So just to summarize, it's uh, an upfront sector has been hacked, and you are given some artifacts to start analyzing them and answer the questions. Questions will be in a netcat session. I will give you the IP address and the port to connect to them. Uh, yeah, for the required setup, I think I already mentioned that you need a Windows machine, preferable. There are some tools you can run them on Linux, but they are not very reliable, and you may have some issues. So Eric Zimmerman tools, very important. Uh, imported guy or in a imported personality in the DFR world, and also important tools when doing Windows forensics. There are some other tools, I didn't mention them. For example, you need Netcat to connect to the session where there are the questions. If if you have if you have Linux or WSL, you can directly use Linux, or you can download the Netcat. I think it's 30 megabytes for Windows executable. It comes also with the Nmap package if you have it. Also, you need the 7-zip to extract files and everything. I think this one is easy. Yes, so we will take too much time doing hands-on stuff. So I will not to put too much slides. You have the QR code for the MontréHack Discord server. I already shared some details where you can download the artifacts and the required tools. And in the few next moments, I'm gonna also post the Netcat session where you have the questions. And we are starting with part one. It's the easiest part, and it should, yeah, I will give you a few minutes. It's only to set up the tools and everything, and I think we should do it together. Then the second part where we start the interesting thing, doing some Windows stuff, I will give you sufficient time to do it. So give me 1 minute, and I'm gonna post it on Hackerspace channel on Discord. Linux VMware instance, you can Kali, for example, you can connect directly with ANSI, or if you have Windows, you can download the Nmap package. Netcat comes with the Nmap. I think it will take you like 2 minutes to download it. That's it.
And if you have any questions, something's not clear, you don't understand what you need to run some commands, don't hesitate to ask. This is a space for us to learn, and it's perfectly normal.
Yes, exactly. And I do speak French also if you are not comfortable with English.
Good.
So, quick note, uh, we have only 3 hours today and we need to go a bit faster. Uh, so I will give you a small hint so you can answer the questions or do your analysis faster. I just want to say, to better defend, have the mind of the attacker. So imagine you are the hacker one, and you have this infra in front of you. You have Linux web server. You have PC one, which we can see, for example, an employee workstation, and you have a DC, which is the domain controller or the server. So to gain initial access or to have a valid entry to this network, what would you choose first? Anyone has an answer? Let me say another question. For example, you are doing Hack the Box today, and you want to choose an easy machine to do. Will you start with Windows or Linux? Probably Linux. Why?
don't know. just fine.
I don't want to say it, but it's less secure than Windows. But no, because Linux is everywhere, and most of web servers use Linux. Let's say, for example, Apache as a server. So anyone with a hacker mindset or with the right methodology will try the Linux first. It's not Linux because it's a web server. So usually web apps are more vulnerable. So they are easy to attack. So the web app itself can be vulnerable, and they can gain RCE, for example, on the host, which means the Linux system. This case is different. They are not attacking the web app, but apparently they do have the IP address of the web server, and they are doing something weird. I think you can figure it out by analyzing the artifacts I gave you. So when you download the zip file, extract it, you have this picture, which represents the network, and you have the web server folder, and you have the Windows or the PC1 folder. You can go to the web server folder. Maybe there is something interesting over there, and I think it would be easy.
initial access, puis c'est ça, tu passes aux questions.
Excusez-moi tout le monde, c'est juste pour les timestamps. Je vois qu'il y a des gens, ils n'ont pas lu la note ici. C'est comme j'ai highlighté ici, je fais le hover dans la souris, c'est ça la format. C'est year, month, date, hour, minute, second. Ça, c'est la format standard dans le domaine de forensics. Puis, même si vous faites des labs en ligne et tout, c'est ça la format utilisé. Puis aussi, le time zone, c'est toujours ETC plus 0. Donc, ça, c'est par défaut dans le domaine. Ben, c'est ça ce que j'utilise moi-même dans ce challenge-là. So, I'm going to repeat in English. The timestamp should follow this format, year, month, date, hour, minute, seconds, with a space between them. So this is a default format in the DFR field, and also they should be in UTC. So if there is any conversion needed, consider it. I'm not going to trick you in this challenge, but I had soft labs before where it was very tricky to get the right time zone. Thank you.
C'est bon?
Excusez-moi tout le monde. Donc, on va commencer pour la première partie. Je pense que vous avez avancé pas mal. Bon, on commence avec la première partie, c'est Initial Access. Euh, on commence avec la première question. What is the IP address of the attacker? So, as I told you, anglais, français. Ouais. As I told you, you need to analyze first, and for this attack path, the attacker started by trying to gain initial access to the web server, which is a Linux system. When you download the artifacts, after unzipping it, we have these three files, and you have the artifacts folder. You have either PC1, which is the Windows, and web server, which is Linux, as I showed you in the picture. And here you have only one file, which is the auth.log. If you don't know this file, it's the file which logs the connections to the Linux system, especially SSH connections, and sometimes it logs also the web connections if you have a web app already set it up. Some cases it's the Apache log, the access.log, which logs these things, but auth.log will be also very beneficial. There are other log file in Linux, but for our purpose, we need only the auth.log. I want you to find Windows Forensics, which starts the second part. So this part, I made it very quick and easy. So the log file are only like log entries. You can open them with Notepad, for example, or with the terminal ucat and pipe and everything, if you have Linux. So as we can see here, I'm gonna go quickly, but we can see if we scroll a little bit, we can see some SSH traffic. Messages are getting displayed by the SSHD, which is the daemon running SSH. So as you can see here, too many authentication failures, and we can say the same second and or a very small time range, so which is very weird. As we can see here, 145, 23, 23, 23, 23, 24, 25. So this is not human stuff. There is something weird going on, which we will figure it out later. Some of you may already figured out that. So the question was, what is the IP address of the attacker? So I can tell you from now, it's very clear there is some automation going on. There is some kind of brute forcing. That's why we have the authentication failure from this IP address, as you can see here. And this is the IP address of the attacker. If you want to know if he succeeded or no to gain initial access, after all of these failures, you will see session open successfully or interactive session. I am very familiar with this pattern. I'm gonna just Control F, open. Okay. And as you can see here, after the failures, session opened for user, Ubuntu UID and everything. So we have the IP address of the attacker, remote host. You can try it, and it's correct. So the second question, when the attacker successfully authenticated to the web server, it's in front of us. The session opened here, or interactive session. There are like 4 or 5 lines proving that, and the time here is, what is it? first one, this one, which is 145 31. So, and if you pay attention in the description, I said things happened in 2025. So 2025, what do we have here? August 28th. Sorry. So 08, 28. And for her information, the timestamp is already in UTC. So I made it easy for you. So we're gonna just copy paste. That's it. So the next question, which meter ATT and CK technique ID best describes the attacker's method of accessing the web server? And I give you the format here. So we're gonna head over to MITRE website. And before going to the MITRE website, I hope you got it, you understand how what was the attack path. So it was clear that there was a brute force, too many connections in very short and limited time. So if we search here, there is a section called credential access, brute force. We click it and we have 4 options: password guessing, cracking, spraying, stuffing. And our answer will be password guessing, because cracking is offline. So guessing is the closest answer. Spraying is something else. Spraying, when you have multiple hosts and you have a password and you don't know it's a password for which user or for which machine, so you're gonna just spray. So you have, for example, a script or tool to do that, and spray and wish yourself luck. So so this is the ID, and we have our first part done. We have the flag, was the HackFest one. So yeah, question.
What would be the main reason why it's not considered as a password stuffing, credential stuffing?
Stuffing, to be honest, I don't have too many. I never, I never attempted to learn about it, but I think as they explain here, they said from breach dams, and this is not the case. He don't know the password. He doesn't know the password, sorry, and he's trying to brute force the SSH password for the Ubuntu user, for example, with the tool Hydra or something like that. So we don't have any breach here or something like that. Any other questions? Y a-t-il d'autres questions concernant cette partie-là? Bien, on bouge vers la deuxième partie. Should we go to this next part? Perfect. So give me 1 minute. I'm gonna post always in Discord the details about the second part. We'll start doing some Windows stuff, which is very interesting. Je vais juste clarifier quelque chose. Peut-être vous allez voir que pour la première question, ce qui est question 4 pour la deuxième partie, peut-être c'est pas trop clair comment l'attaqueur a pu accéder au PC1 parce que j'ai commencé directement comment il a téléchargé et tout. Puis ça, je l'ai skippé parce que ça va être long. On va toujours rester sur Linux. Et le but de ce chat ici, c'est de concentrer sur Windows Forensics. So, je l'ai mis facile et rapide sur Linux. Même si vous avez remarqué, pour la première partie, l'adresse IP de l'attaqueur, c'était l'adresse IP privée, c'était 10.0, parce que c'était un lab simulé sur le cloud. VPC, c'était configuré et tout, donc c'est un lab à la fin. Merci.
C'est vrai.
Hello again, excusez-moi, on voulait partir plus vite. Je vais vous donner des hints sur Discord et aussi je vais partager quelques posters très très utiles pour faciliter l'analyse sur Windows. C'est des posters très populaires. Il y en a un par Science Institute. Il y en a aussi d'autres par Jarvis, 13 Cube, un YouTuber populaire qui fait des tutoriels sur YouTube. Donc, juste surveiller Discord et vous pouvez télécharger. Ce sont des PDF. Vous pouvez les télécharger. Peut-être ça serait utile de les regarder. Merci. Excusez-moi tout le monde. On va commencer avec la première question, et puis la quatrième question, mais la première pour la deuxième partie, exécution. La question, c'est After pivoting to PC1, the threat actors started downloading their implant for further activities. When did the malicious executable start downloading? So, as I told you, I didn't cover the step of pivoting from the Linux machine to the Windows one. Uh, we skipped that. So for our questions, thinking of based of your knowledge, how can an attacker download something on the machine? Uh, Eventually, we can say mainly two ways, either by using the terminal, using some PowerShell command, for example, or you can use the browser since it's a Windows machine, and he can use the GUI interface either via ADP or VNC. mm, Depends on the network and what's available. So let's start by checking the browser. Other thing I forgot to mention, since I didn't cover the pivoting step, in the Windows machine, as you can see here, PC1, C users, we have two users here. But default and administrator, you can say that are default, they are here every time. Uh, but eventually he pivoted to Mark. So I'm telling you to focus on Mark, but you can determine that by analyzing what's inside each folder. But I'm telling you to focus on Mark. So let's go to Mark. And here we don't have too many folders, like the documents, the download and everything. They are not too much important. We have only the desktop. As we can see here, there is a shortcut for Microsoft Edge. So this is a small hint. And why not we can check the browsing history for Mark, and let's say he used Microsoft Edge. So the file that stores the browsing history for Edge is under app data, local Microsoft, Edge, user data, default. And as you can see here, we have multiple files, and the one which will help us, it's the history one. Maybe it's not clear here the file format, but it's a SQLite database. I already have SQLite in my host computers. I'm gonna just double click and open it with the DB browser for SQLite. This software is available for free. You can download it. It's basically just a SQLite database. We go to browse data. For the tables, we can check, for example, URLs. As you can see, we have also visited links, even which ones? The downloads, very interesting. So let's check the downloads. And let's check what's going on here. So we can see, for example, here some downloads and the path for them and the referrer from where they downloaded. So we can see something weird here. It's a link. It's HTTP, not even HTTPS, and there is no host name. It's an IP address, and it's a private IP address. So this confirms that this URL is very weird and can be malicious. And we can see the attacker downloaded something called chrome.exe. So chrome.exe, usually a legitimate one, we download it from the Chrome website, the Google website. But in this case, why a person is downloading a browser from such a weird URL? So for sure, this is not really Chrome, and it's something malicious. And as we can see here, we have the path on the system. C users mark downloads chrome.exe. So the question was when. So we need the timestamp. When. Okay. So as we can see here, we have the start time, which means the download time. And this format is in specific format to Chromium engine, which Google Chrome use, and we need to convert it. It's something like epoch, but with I say not nanoseconds. I think, if I remember, either nanoseconds or microseconds. We can convert it easily either with the Python script, or there is some online websites.
CyberChef methods.
CyberChef, okay, never tried that, but I have this website, WebKit Chrome. This is the word I was looking for. It's WebKit Chrome. This is like the JavaScript library engine behind these timestamps, and we can pass the timestamp here and convert, and we have here the answer. This is my time zone, our time zone, and GMT, which is UTC. So the answer would be 28th August 2025 at 2 a.m. 20 minutes and 17 seconds. I have the answer here. I don't have to write to the keyboard. I have a mic in my hand. No, I missed something. This is the write-up. I will share it later, showing some details here. Perfect. So moving to the next question, what is the SHA-1 hash of the previously identified malicious binary? We identified chrome.exe as malicious. So now we are looking for the SHA-1 hash. Let's use the posters I already published in Discord. For example, this one. For example, program execution. There are some Windows artifacts that tracks the metadata of a file. One of them is the mcache hive. Just a small information. Windows, you will see different artifacts, but these artifacts are here for a purpose. Let's say, for example, prefetch, these ones. What's their role in Windows? Prefetch, when you open a software or launch an executable, it will fetch all the required files so it can run smoothly and run faster. Yeah. So there is no artifact here that was made for blue teamers or for defenders, so they can check it, and this is for analysis purposes. Each artifact you are seeing here, it's here for a purpose. We said prefetch is to, for example, if you have experience with Windows, you open a software for the first time, it takes a little bit of time. You close it, you open it the second time, it's faster because the required files are already loaded in the RAM. So this is the example of prefetch, and the one with we have shame cache also. It's called also app compatibility. App compatibility cache. So it checks if the binary is compatible with Windows 10 or 7 or the OS. So they are there for a purpose. The Amcache hive, it's a registry hive. It stores metadata about files and binaries on the OS, as they say here. What is the description? Windows, no, not this one, sorry. Program data updater, a task associated with the application experience service, uses the registry file amcache.hive to store data during process creation. And this is the location if you have, if our target OS is Windows 7, 8, or 10. And here we have some details. As I told you, maybe in the requirements, we need some tools, specifically Zimmerman tools. It's a set of tools which are very, very helpful doing Windows forensics. I have the tools over here. Yeah, Zimmerman tools, Net6. That's why they work only in Windows. They use the .NET framework. Here we have set of tools, and we have something called Amcache parser. So we have that registry hive Amcache, and we need to parse it to a readable format such as JSON or CSV. I prefer always CSV because there is another tool by Zimmer. CSV is a known format. You can open it with Microsoft Excel. But there is another software by Zimmerman, which is called Timeline Explorer. It was made for this specific purpose. We can use it. But I will show you a trick that will save you time. We will use something called Cape. It's another tool by Kroll, where Eric Zimmerman also is a co-founder. Will give this tool for example, let's say the disk image or the triage artifacts which we have, and it will try to use all of Eric Zimmerman tools and parse all the artifacts in one shot. So let me show you maybe with the GUI it's better. I know this is a trick of few people now. Let's go to Cape. It's on the link I gave you to download the tools. So Cape, Gcape, the GUI version. This is the tool I used to triage the compromised system. You may notice I didn't give you a disk image. In the CTF, too many people ask, this is a disk image. No, it wasn't a disk image. It's a triage file, which is called Cape triage. So it's copying folders and files from the system, which was Windows, but only the ones that we need as analysts. Cape. Okay, so this is Cape. Target option. This is the one I used when I captured the triage. For example, you can choose here the C and say OK, and here choose a folder where you will save the results or the output. And here I choose the sense triage. This is how I made the challenge. When I simulated the attack, everything is finished. I just need to give you the artifacts you need to analyze. I used Cape to take like copy of the C drive. And here, Cape, there are too many options. There are some specific options. There are some general options. These sense triage options, it's the one I used. Why? Because it has a wide coverage of all the artifacts we need in our analysis. Let's, for example, let's say we have another situation where you need only to check, for example, the MFT. I don't want the whole image disk image where I need only to check the MFT. So I go and I take a copy of the MFT. So the cape, we go to the C drive, check for the MFT file, and we'll make a copy of it. That's why the zip I gave you, it's only 66 megabytes. Where when you install Windows, at least it's 20 gigabytes, I think, something like that. So I will not use these options. Indeed, we will use the module options. So here's some extra tools. So for example, in the module source, I'm gonna give it the C folder I gave you. It's C users. This is my username. Download APT514. This one and PC1, for example. Perfect. So I gave it the path, the required path, and it needs also a path where it stores the outputs. I'm just gonna, what I did. I will just create a folder because as you can see here, the flash option is checked. The flash options will automatically delete all the files on the specified folders. I don't want to overwrite the same folder and delete it. So what I will use, I will create a subfolder here, APT514, here, artifacts, PC1. Here I will create new folder. Let's say output, for example. Perfect. And here, oh, I have to. So here I will give it out. Perfect. And here I will select something called easy parser, which means Eric Zimmerman parser. So instead of wasting time, each time we need, for example, this time we need the Amcache Hive artifact. I will go to look for the needed tool from Eric Zimmerman. And next time I need prefetch. I will look for the tool that will parse prefetch. So it's time consuming. Like every time you need to use this and parse it. So why we don't do everything in one step? So this module is made for this purpose. And here I will choose the export format. We have JSON, which is the default one, or HTML or CSV. I prefer CSV. And I think this is all what I need. Okay, and here I can launch the software or execute. Perfect. It will take a few seconds. It's very quick, but I already did that. I will show you how the output look like. The output is here. It's parsed by cape. So follow with me here how it look like. It's organized by folders, and it's very easy. It's like you are reading English. For example, I have program execution here, and here I have all what I need to track a program that got executed. For example, I have the PEC here. The name is by default. The tool, the software used to parse, for example, for the PECMD is the tool from Eric Zimmerman that parses the prefetch. And we have also here Amcache, and Amcache, as I told you, it stores a lot of information about binaries when they got executed, the metadata. There are like 4 or 5 ones here, but as you can see, it's only 1 kilobytes. They are empty. We don't need to check them. But the one we need are associated file entries. And as I told you, this is a CSV format. You can open it with Microsoft Excel, it's okay. But I prefer to use another tool by Eric Zimmerman, as I told you, which is Timeline Explorer. By default, on my machine, I made Timeline Explorer as the default up to open CSV files, but you can just go to Zimmerman tools here, look for Timeline Explorer. double click the exe, and we're gonna load our CSV here. APT514 parsed by cape, program execution, cache associated files. Perfect. So notice the slides here, so you can go left and right. And I am looking for, I hope this is, I don't think it's the right one. Sorry. Should be, mm, sorry, it was unassociated file entries, not associated. Perfect. So here we have a lot of information. As you can see, we have a row only for SHA-1, and here we have the name of the executables. And as we identified, the malicious executable in our case is cron.exe, which is right here. If you want to track the SHA-1 hash for it, it's here. So this is the path we identified. It was under the mark user downloads folder cron.exe, and this is the SHA-1 hash for it. I can double click here and copy it. As you can see, the Timeline Explorer presents information in very like in a clear manner. And there are other information such as the product version and the company behind the software, if it's signed, of course. So I will let you explore that, but we already got the answer, which is the SHA-1 hash for Chrome. Let's try it here. Here, I need to submit that timestamp again. In CTF, usually the script timeout very fast. So usually I make script to automate everything, because I know to find an answer, it will take me minutes or hours, and the session will time out. So I usually make a small Python script to automate it, so I can gain some time. So this was the answer for the question, and the SHA-1 hash. Perfect. So the next question, when was the malicious executable first executed on the system? The same artifact will have us. If we go back to the poster, for example, these all artifacts can help us for the program execution. We have shame cache, we have the user assist, but user assist is tracks only GUI programs. Usually hackers, when they drop something malicious, it's not a GUI, it's a small bacon program, sorry. So amcache, shimcache, prefetch can help for this matter. If we are sure, for example, that there was something GUI with a graphical interface, user assist registry key can help us. So since we already have the amcache parsed and opened, why don't we check it? Maybe we have the answer. Going back to Timeline Explorer over here, and as I told you, it's amcache, it's a registry key. So as you can see here, file key last right timestamp. So this timestamp corresponds to the program execution timestamp, which means this is our answer. But first we need to look for the chrome.exe, which is this one. And by default, Eric Zimmerman tools, we put everything in UTC format. So this is something good for the FR analysts. I'm gonna just copy paste. Perfect, and we got the flag for the second part. Any questions for this part? Yes?
Yeah, regarding the XML file that we opened with
The CSV one.
yeah, how we transferred it to the CSV, right? Or it was all the CSV?
All of them Cape by because when I used Cape by default I checked CSV.
Yeah, but before that, they were not CSV.
They were no, for this one it was a registry hive. Okay.
Yeah, regarding this file, does it only include like the downloads that have been done by the end user or all?
It's not downloads, it's program execution.
Okay.
Yeah, if it was downloaded and wasn't executed, it won't be logged here.
So basically, this is all the execution that happened with each processes that basically it registers the processes that have been created.
It registers Amcache Hive logs the metadata of a binary that was executed. Okay, so for this case, we needed the SHA-1 hash, which eventually the Amcache Hive have it or has it. Okay. Any questions for this part? So we checked. He downloaded the malware using the Edge browser. After that, what was the question? It was the SHA-1 hash. We parsed the Amcache artifact, and we got the SHA-1 hash for the Chrome, the malicious Chrome.exe, and finally the execution timestamp. This answer we can get it from too many places, such as the event logs, prefetch, for example. But since just to preserve time, since we already have the Amcache, so it's also a valid artifact. Just something to mention, maybe we'll learn that by time. For prefetch, there is a 10 seconds delta. So prefetch is it's 10 seconds late. So when you have some timestamps from prefetch, experiment tools already consider that. So that's why I say experiment tools for Windows forensics are something mandatory. I cannot skip them, even though there is some PS software, something like this. This is Magnet. This software called $5,000, but I prefer using Eric Zimmerman tools. So, as usual, if you don't have any question for this part, give me 1 minute, and I'm gonna drop the netcast session for the third part. Salut encore fois. J'ai oublié quelque chose à mentionner. Pour la deuxième partie, la première question, celle on a checké l'historique de browsing. Je me souviens, il y avait des gens, ils ont résolu cette question avec le MFT. Euh, Moi, j'ai pas vérifié, j'ai pas essayé. C'était correct, c'était le bon timestamp. Donc ça, c'est une autre méthode de vérifier le master file table. Mais des fois, c'est pas toujours la meilleure place pour rechercher, parce que des fois, on dirait que le téléchargement commence, puis par exemple, le browser bloque le fichier, il faut cliquer garantir le téléchargement et quelque chose comme ça. Puis, dans ce cas-là, déjà un fichier temporaire qui se crée dans le système, puis MFT peut se loguer ça. Donc, dans ce cas-là, ça va être pas une bonne réponse. Donc, la réponse idéale, c'était de vérifier le browsing history de each, dans notre cas. Donc, passons à l'étape suivante, ce qui est la partie 3, Defense, Evasion and Persistence. So the first question, to evade defenses, the threat actor disabled an important Windows security feature. What was the full command they executed? So we have keywords here, disabled an important Windows security feature. What was the command? Here we need to identify two important things, which security feature they are talking about, and where we can find the command threat actor used to disable this feature. As you may know, or if you do a quick search, something equivalent to logs in Linux. In Windows, we have the Windows events, which are basically logs, but in the APTX format. Uh, as as always we do, there is an Eric Zimmerman tool to parse these events transfer them in readable formats such as JSON or CSV. But as we already use the cape tool to do everything in one time, so we should go back to our output folder from the cape, parsed by cape, and let's check event logs. So we have the event. I want to show you the path the path for the event logs. For example, if we go to the C folder, so we have our files here: APT514, HF artifacts, PC1, C, Windows System 32, WinEVT logs. As you can see here, we have several logs which Windows always uses to log some of the data, and eventually these are not all the AVTX file. The threat actor, we will know later, performed some anti-forensics techniques where he deleted some important event logs, such as the security, which we cannot find it here, but we can leverage other event logs to complete our analysis and get a full idea about what the attacker did. And for our question, we are looking for a command. As I told you, the Windows event logs are very helpful. Let's check them. As I told you, also there is a tool called EVTXCMD to parse these event logs by Eric Zimmerman always. and save them to CSV format and open them with Timeline Explorer as usual. We already did that with Cape, so we are here in the event logs, evtx output.csv. I'm gonna just let me close this. I think we don't need it anymore. evtxcmd. We will work on it, I think, for the next few questions. It's very beneficial for our analysis. So the question was to evade definition. So we need a comment here. So something very important or very useful is the, let me adjust something because this is not the normal output. It should be something like that. I use some filters, but I will show you. It should be something like that. Yes. So this is the default view when you open it. Here you have something. Yeah, it's organized by providers or channels. Uh, and there is something very I like a lot with the Timeline Explorer. It's that you can filter. For example, it will be clear for you graphically. I will drag and drop the provider here and check. Now I have them organized by provider. Provider and the channel will have the same name, so it's okay. And I can expand to check more. Something else, it's exclusive to Eric Zimmerman tools, APT514. It will add something called map description. So usually when we are dealing with event logs, defenders, or they have information about the event IDs, because event logs are organized by event IDs. Microsoft, when they develop this, they use event IDs to distinguish an event from another event. For example, when someone enter his password and log into his session on Windows, there will be event ID 4624. If you Google about it, you will find this is a login activity. There is I shared a poster in PDF format from 13Cube. This is the one I talked about. 4624, an account was successfully logged in, and 25 when it fails. There are other event IDs. Eventually, the first time I saw them, I said it's impossible to remember everything, and I need to go faster with my analysis. This is back like 2-3 years ago. So something very interesting with the Eric Zimmerman things is something called map description. Let's drag and drop it here under the provider. And let me expand, for example, just something with more verbose things. Let's say Sysmon, and check here. Here we have, it's like reading English. Instead of looking for event IDs, yeah, even, no, not record one, I think. Yeah, it should be record. Even there are numbers which are quite difficult to deal with them. Here, there is a map for each event ID to each equivalent description. For example, let's say, so Sysmon, I will explain later. Let's say PowerShell. Let's say it's instead of looking for event ID 403, we can just read engine state is changed from available to stopped. So reading English is better than remembering numbers. This is the way I do always. There are some other filters you can add them as you need, but this is my way to analyze Windows event logs. Either it's channel or provider, then the map description. And for example, if you want you want to deal with the event IDs, you can just drag and drop event IDs here if it's helpful. Maybe time by time if you want, and talking about time, here you can even filter by time. For example, I want only from 2025 August, which the timeline is very important. If we remember we check the browsing history, the Chrome executable was downloaded on 28th August, if I remember. So why don't we filter from 28th August and so on? We get rid all of the information that happened or things that happened or events that happened before that date. Like that, we're gonna save time and we will have less things to analyze. So I can delete it from here. There is even a search box here to if you are looking, for example, attacker used specific tool or there is some pattern, you can just search here on the search box. For our question, actually, I have the write-up in front of me here. I built this challenge months ago. I completely forget what's going on. Just to save time, here I have the write-up, and it's telling me to check the Sysmon event logs. Sysmon event logs. Let me close this. Okay, I can. Because I need to close this. So Sysmon's event logs are very important. I recommend every sysadmin or everyone behind the computer to enable it because it's not enabled by default. So it's part of the sys internal suites, and you can download either from the Microsoft Store or from the Microsoft website, and it's just an executable, and it will be enabled. Why? We will see, and you will see the juicy information inside it, and it will help us answer a lot of questions in part 3 or even 4, I think. So for Sysmon, it has, I think, if I remember, 11 events, even more, I think 25, but in our case, we have only these ones, and it's categorized. And as you can see here, remote thread, DNS event, a file was created, a process created, process terminated. And this one, process created, as we can see, count here 405. It's very interesting. There is some verbosity going over there. Let's check it. And remember, you have stick here to go left and right. We have the titles here. We have some, for example, which username we are dealing with, which computer, which was PC1. This is the full computer name, with the user ID, so on and so forth. About the one that logs the executable info is 1 second. This one, it's executable info. Perfect. So I mistakenly clicked on it. I shouldn't have to. So I clicked on it by mistake, but apparently the answer just showed up. But what I wanted to do is to scroll down and go to the timeline we are looking for, which was the answer for this one. For the execution time, which was 28th August 2025, 2:22:04. So we are looking for events that happened starting from this timestamp. We are not wasting too much time. It's just want to show you where the answer it is. Is it? Sorry. So as we can see here, we have something happening. But let me adjust. Let me do by line because it's reversed. If I am sure it should be at the end, not at the beginning. There are some other ways to analyze event logs, but this is my way and it works. So the best thing is to go to the time created here and check for our time, which was 2:22, if I remember. And from here we can hold shift, go right, and check. Perfect. Check here, pilot 4, or it's can be the source file. Our source file, our malware was the cron.exe, but this one it will be a mess. Let me do something. Perfect. So as you can see here, these are all legitimate Windows executables, the WinLogin, the AT Broker, the Explorer, and everything. But suddenly we have cron.exe, which is executing, running some weird commands. As we can see here, it's modifying the registry and adding an off value to something called smart screen. And smart screen, you may heard of it. It's a Windows security feature. It's like something like a blacklist. It will check the hash and the metadata of a file and compare it within its database and to check if it is malicious or no. It's not the perfect. It works I think before the Windows Defender, but Smart Screen and Windows Defender are two things, or two different things. So the security feature we identified is the Smart Screen, and the command is this one, reg add. So it's adding a registry value to the Smart Screen enabled, which is the value of off. It means it's turning off the Smart Screen. So we're gonna copy paste this command because it's our answer. Perfect. So another question. Do you have any question about the Q7? Perfect. So moving to the next question, what is the absolute path of the binary that would run as a result of the threat actor's first persistent technique? So here is telling us there are more than one persistent technique, and it telling us what is the binary or the file that would run as a result of the threat actor's first persistent technique. Going back to the event logs always, looking at the commands executed by cron.exe, which is the malicious software. Just after the registry command, there is another also a registry command that added OneDrive binary located under C user public OneDrive.exe and name it as OneDrive updater. This is very tricky because if you go to the registry and to the run key, this OneDrive updater is by default when you install Windows, especially the latest versions, is by default over there. But how can we distinguish if this is malicious or no? Check the full path. The full path of the OneDrive executable should be C Windows System32 OneDrive.exe. But in our case, it's C users public OneDrive.exe, which is very, very suspicious. It's not the legitimate OneDrive binary. Perfect. So the question is asking about the path, and this is the full path. Perfect. What is the name of the malicious casual task the threat actor created as for their second persistent technique? So now we are talking about the second persistent technique. Always checking the logs. Let's check what they did next. So here, apparently they are creating what we call a scheduled task. This is one of the persistent technique on Windows. If you want to check other persistent techniques, you can go back to the MITRE technique, the website you used to answer question 3 from part 1. check for persistence, and you will see register on keys Windows casual task, so we can understand more. For this one, so we can see it's using the command sch task create and specifying the time to execute, naming it ping and executing cmd to bing.com, which is which is this one. I it's one I am the one who simulated the attack. I use this one just to trick the players. There is nothing suspicious about this. What is malicious behind pinging bing.com? It's a red herring, as they call it. But the answer, it's the next one. It's another malicious binary dropped, which is the checkme.exe. I don't understand why, but here there are no. The path is without the les barres obliques. Puis c'est weird, mais c'est clair. C'est C users public, the same directory as the OneDrive, just under another new folder, which is the download. If you are like regular Windows users, these things doesn't happen regularly. So this is very suspicious, especially it's executed by the previously identified malware chrome.exe. So this is the answer. Just to add the
C'était à
non,
part 2 là en
c'est
ce
pas
moment.
Deuxième question. Troisième, je vais couper directement de write-up. Ici, j'en ai le write-up détaillé. Je vais le partager après. C'est avec les flèches et tout. Ça peut être intéressant. Parfait. Je pensais il cherche le path, mais c'est juste le nom de schedule task, ce qui check me. Yeah, what is the name? Ici, it was what was the absolute path, and ici, it's what is the name. So next one, late is better than never. When did the antivirus detect the malware? So here it's clear that the antivirus detected the malware at specific time. You know but I'm gonna give you a spoiler, but it was Windows Defender. Windows Defender regularly launches scans on the system, and the malicious binary got caught, which is the chrome.exe. Now the question where we can find the answer, or where we can find logs about Windows Defender. Usually in event logs, there is something for this. But as I told you, I think I can show you here, as an anti-forensics technique, the attacker did clear some event logs. I don't have the system here, but when a log gets cleared, there is another log that is created. It tell you system log got created, got deleted, sorry, or cleared specifically. Should be under the system log, I think, which we don't have it here. It's okay. Okay. So as I told you, usually there is something Microsoft Windows Defender here, and we can check the logs. But for our case, there is not, but there is another place where Windows Defender store his logs, which are, which is this path. Yeah, program data. So going back to our file C drive, program data, Microsoft, Windows Defender support, and we have a bunch of files here. Most of them are text files, and the one that has the answer is this one, I think. Yes, the one with the biggest size. You can just open it with Notepad++, for example, and you can scroll down and check. I I know it's a messy output, but since we know the name of the malicious binary, why can't we just control F chrome.exe? Perfect. Perfect. So here we have some output. I believe there are multiple results. Find all in current document. Perfect. Let's go to this one, for example. Yeah, this one is clear. It says this binary Trojan suspicious. It even give us a hint. I wanted to make a question for this one. Which programming language used to develop the malware, which was Go for our case. The defender got the info, but I didn't. So we need the timestamp here, which is always the same day, 28th August 2025 at 2:37 a.m. 35 seconds. I got the answer here. I will quickly paste it. I know it's. That's why I create script in CTF. It's got it's Ampera, and they need to time out things and everything. It's not this one. This one. Checking. Perfect. So this is part 3, defense evasion and persistent. Why defense evasion? They disabled smart screen as part of their defense evasion technique. And for persistence, what is persistence? The threat actor need to persist on the system in case of the system got rebooted, so he can't lose the connection. So he need some persistence over there. We checked and we found there were 2 persistence techniques, one with registry run keys and second one with Windows scheduled task. For example, you can do a scheduled task that executed every user logon. So whenever you type your password, you click enter, a script or a binary got executed. So like that, the attacker is sure that he will receive a reverse connection. So this was part 3. We have one more part to do, which is part 4. Do you want me to give you time to do it, or should we proceed for it? I need opinions.
Tu peux donner un peu de temps, mais il faut finir en 9 heures.
C'est ça. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 5, 10 minutes. Okay. Because, pourquoi? Parce que j'en ai un slide pour les ressources. C'est quand même une liste de ressources pour apprendre et tout, puis peut-être ça va me prendre du temps pour l'expliquer. Pour ça,
Mais sinon, si on n'a pas de temps, on n'est pas obligé de faire la part 4, là, on peut juste la skipper.
Bah, c'est la dernière. On veut,
Comme tu
je ne
veux.
veux pas faire la 5e. C'est ça. 5e, c'est extra mile. C'est pas en relation avec notre cas. Mais pour la partie 4, je pense que je vais partir rapidement, si vous me permettez. Donc, partie 4. Bah, en même temps, je vais partager sur Discord. C'est quelle porte déjà? C'est 4700. C'est 2200. We start in 2 minutes, 3 minutes, I think.
C'est bon.
Okay. So moving to the next part, which was which was exfiltration and impact. The first question is what is the download URL of the tool that the threat actor leveraged to dump OS credentials? Maybe if you have already tried that, maybe you have an idea about some tools to do this. But we can check always the event logs. Maybe it can give us some clues about it. So let's check again. The write-up is here. So the answer, as you can see here, is clear. But how we can find it is under the PowerShell logs. Why PowerShell and not Sysmon, as we used to answer the previous questions? This is a good question. The day I simulated the attack, I moved from the regular shell that the malicious binary gave me to the Windows shell. So I typed cmd.exe. That's why it's not logged as process creation. That's why Sysmon is not logging it. So, but since I launched cmd.exe, also, if I remember, I launched PowerShell.exe. The PowerShell logs, either the normal ones or the operational, can help us to answer the questions. For this case, I will go a bit faster since we don't have too much time. This one was under PowerShell operational, as we can see here in the picture. I hope it's clear. Okay, wait a second. So under PowerShell operational, checking the event ID 4104, which stands for some script is running, content of script. We can see the commands that were running, sorry. And as you can see here, we directly spot something very suspicious. It's an HTTP URL with a private IP address as usual, and it's they are using the PowerShell new object blah 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 to download it, and it's piped through IEX. This is very important. This is fileless execution. It means the invoke mimikatz.ps1, it's not saved on the system, but it's fetched and executed on the same time. So if we check the file system, we won't find this file, the invoke mimikatz. Why? Because it's piped to IEX, which means to execute it, download and execute it directly, which we call it the fileless execution. Perfect. So the answer, I think, needless to go to the logs because it's clear here. This ones. We go to PowerShell. Perfect. Content of script running. As you can see here, we have some base 64, but the one we are looking for is plain. It's here. We can check the timestamp. Make sure it's within our timestamp. So it's 3 a.m. Remember, things are going progressively from 2:22 to 2:37, 2:40, something like that, until 3 o'clock. Perfect. Sorry. So here it's clear. It's actually someone asked me the day of the CTF because there are previous marks that say that can tell us that mimikatz is being executed. But the first thing I tried was to use a built-in feature within the malware I dropped, because it was developed by Sliver C2. Maybe maybe you are familiar with this name or no, but this is a C2, unknown C2 that is used by threat actors to manage their operations. So the beacon was developed by Sliver C2, and it has a feature to dump credentials, but it didn't work. So I tried to use Mimikatz first to take a mini dump of the LSAS. LSAS is a Windows process that that stores the password and the memory at the runtime. You can Google about it. This is the commands for the Mimikatz. Here it's clear that I want to save the output in this directory, minidemp.dmp file. If I remember, I didn't succeed within the first tries, but later on I tried this one, and I think it did work. Okay. Yeah, I think this one worked. I don't remember, but we already have the answer, which was the URL that was used to download the tool, which was Mimikat, to dump the user credentials. Moving to the next question. What was it? So this one. Preparing for exfiltration, the threat actor stored all the juicy information in a single file. What is the absolute path of this file? So going back to our event log here, scroll a little bit. Yes, where? Okay. So this is the ransomware. This was the one. It says upload file from form data. No. Let's double click on it. We can click format here to make it look more like in a readable format, human friendly, as you would have said. As we can see here, this PowerShell script, it's using this URL to upload a file called info.txt. So apparently, the threat actor did some enumeration, and he collected a bunch of information. He stored it in a file info.txt to prepare for exfiltration. So here we have only the name of the file, but the question is asking about the full path. So we can use the MFT, the master fail table. We already have the MFT parsed by Cape. If we go back here, artifacts, output. What is the output? Okay. I have another version. Yeah, parsed by Cape. If I go to file system, I have some of the artifacts I need, such as the MFT, the USN journal, and so on. Previously at MontréHack, I already did a session about these artifacts or about the NTFS file system in general. So the one we are looking for is the MFT. It's 70 megabytes. It will take some time to load, but we're gonna just search by the name info.txt, and we're gonna find the path, as you can see here near my mouse, which was the C users public document info.txt. The next question: what is the password used to deobfuscate and launch the ransomware? Always in the PowerShell event logs over here. So we checking the next events happening. We can see here something it's getting downloaded from GitHub. It looks like load obfuscated script.ps1, which is clearly something malicious. We can see some base64 data. We can see here the PowerShell is getting executed. Because this one is an open source ransomware. It's not just it's not a ransomware, but it's just to simulate a ransomware. So it's good for lab simulation purposes. And the create vsc.ps1, this one is creating a shadow copy of the system before executing a ransomware. So the attacker can have a copy of the file system before it executes the ransomware. So this is something mandatory. You don't have to execute the ransomware and he will lost the files. So near the victim, near the attacker will have the files. So this is the. It's not very clear here, but I'm gonna give you a sneak peek. It was encrypted using AES, and the password to the decryption was workshop 2024. So this is our answer. We have other commands here, so we can confirm here and here, for example. Perfect. Yeah, I think this one was the ransomware of ransom simulation.1.ps1. This was the actual malicious PowerShell script. Yeah, okay. Okay,
Super.
next.
Innovator.
Next question. What is the SID of the system user who got his document encrypted by the ransomware? If you remember, we are until now we are looking under mark user directory, but this question was tricky. But the attacker had an objective to encrypt Tony's documents instead of mark document. We can confirm that by the with the logs always. As we can see here, he executed the function to encrypt the directory and give it as an argument the Tony documents directory. So we know it's Tony, but the question is not asking for the name, is asking for the SID indeed. So to find this answer, the answer is within the registry. So this is a software hive exactly, and within this path, which was the software, and the key was, of course, it's HKLM, which stands for the local machine, because we have the current user and the local machine. You can Google about them if you want to know the difference. Software, Microsoft Windows, current version, profile list. In this picture, I used also another command, another tool, sorry, by Eric Zimmerman, which is Register Explorer, and navigate to the following path, exactly to profile list. And here we have the SID, and I marked the username for Tony here, so it's clear this is the SID. So this is our answer. And this is the last question in part 4. Part 5 in the extra mile is something, it's general forensics. It doesn't have a relation about, it's not related directly to the case, but I will drop also the netcast session if you want to try it at home. I will leave the Emperor app until tomorrow night, I think. So this is it. That was it for the part 4. If you have any question. Okay. Des questions pour la partie? Bon, basically, it's the event log. We checked Sysmon. After that, we checked PowerShell history. It's just a matter of checking thing by thing and respecting always the timeline. Timeline is important. There is even other tools that were made specifically to create a timeline. It's not our topic for today, but it's okay. So Going back to our slides. Perfect. So we did the challenge walkthrough. Questions. Do we have any questions from the Twitch?
No, no questions.
Perfect. Question ici, on n'a pas. Ici, j'ai mis quelques ressources intéressantes que je trouve moi personnellement intéressantes pour s'apprendre. Interesting resources to learn about digital forensics and specifically Windows forensics. This is my area of specialty, the one I focus on. So, there is, as you know, always we have paid resources and we have free ones or affordable ones, as you can say. First one, gold 13 cubed course. It costs 795 dollars, $795. C'est cher. It's quite expensive, but worth it. If you check the reviews online, people can even compare it with the SANS courses, which cost I don't know $5,600, and they are like private training, so it's hard to get them. The second one is we didn't cover it today, but it's about analyzing Windows memory. Let's say you have a memory dump instead of a disk image. So this is something interesting. And the same person always has a free YouTube channel where he shares some tutorials, very beneficial. You are not obliged to take his course. Sure, we won't get all the knowledge, but there are some interesting tutorials on his YouTube channel 13Cube. The next one is the Sense poster, already shared with you, the red one. Try Hack Me. I think all people know it. Hack the Box Academy with Let's Defend, because recently Hack the Box acquired Let's Defend. Cyber Defenders. It's more advanced, but to practice, let's say you took the course from the Try Hack Me, you can go practice on Cyber Defenders, and you have some blogs like the DFR report or This Week's in Forensics. They share news regularly about the field. That was all for today. If you don't have any questions, I would just say thank you, everybody, for staying here. I know it was quite not a difficult topic, but require more setup, more time, and everything. It's Windows. I love Windows. Everybody hates it, but I love Windows. It's okay. That's it for today, and thank you very much. Merci, Tom.
Yes.
Les gens intéressés, on va aller prendre un verre au pub.